Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of the Bill Crane Report as we plug our way towards 300 shows. We're at 296 and 297 this morning. So the excitement is growing. Don't exactly sure how we'll celebrate this, but we'll find out.
Cake and ice cream.
Cake and ice cream. Wow. So, why don't we start off with a little nonsense here? Gentlemen, which do you prefer, plums or apricots?
Apricots.
Don't know that I've ever had a plum.
Really?
I just got done picking a bunch of apricots.
Okay, so I guess
Apricots would be the answer to that one.
I like plums. Potato chips or popcorn?
Popcorn.
Chips.
Chips for me too. Apples or oranges?
Apple.
Apple.
I like oranges. Fried haddock or fried clams?
Fried clams.
Clams.
Yep. Bananas or pears?
Bananas.
Pears.
You know, pears are messier to eat.
Yeah.
Bananas are easy to eat, so I'll choose bananas. I don't like them, but Fords or Chevrolets?
Ford.
Chevy.
Yeah, I've always had Ford products and Buicks. So, this morning, just one complaint before I get going. Some of the talking heads on TV are absolutely ridiculous. But there was a Democrat, one of a party guy, and he was being interviewed, and he was asked the question, will Kamala Harris run in 2028, and will she be a strong candidate? And he said, yes, indeed, she'll be a strong candidate. She was the party nominee last time and didn't lose by that much.
No, it was close.
Now, wait a minute. She was never nominated.
That's right.
Nor was she ever voted. She was chosen. She was given the keys to the White House when Biden walked away. By the way, you know, that's something we haven't talked about a lot. But what happened in that time frame when Biden walked away from everything? She was the vice president. One would think she would fill the void, but yet the country was leaderless.
Well, it had elitists, Ivy League elitists running the country.
Yeah?
You never know who they were. They never got elected to anything, but they were Ivy League elitists, the bulk of them. And they know more than anyone else how to run anything. They're smarter than you. They're smarter than me. They're smarter than you.
Oh, that wouldn't be hard.
That's well, I know, but still, they think they're the smartest ones.
Oh, yeah.
Because they went to an elite college, and they think the way they do it's the only way. And if you don't do it that way, you know, too bad.
But you know what? If President Trump handed someone a letter with a paperclip on it and an attachment, they'd complain if the paperclip wasn't perfect. And yet, here we have absentee government and nobody says a word.
But isn't that, if a void fills a void, is that considered a black hole?
Oh, we're going to get into religion now, are we?
Or racism.
No, I'm not. That had nothing to do with color. A black hole is there's nothingness, right?
We don't know because no one's
She's
ever
a
got in
void.
there. Yeah, she was a void, all right.
She couldn't formulate a sentence.
No, and she
There's-
still
so
can't.
how can a void fill a void?
She flunked her bar exam when she got out of law school.
Yeah.
And she was, in with the Speaker of the House of California. That's how she made it up.
Yeah.
They're very close with him. And wherever she got pushed.
Pushed.
She never really was great. She got pushed by and that's how that party works.
Pull it out of a
In other
hat.
words- In other words, you either loyal or you're out. You can't disagree.
Yeah.
And that's
No, you're
I
absolutely
mean,
right.
one guy on the radio when I was at the store, I used to listen. He's a conservative guy. And he said, "You know what the difference between the Democrats and the Republicans?" He's a conservative now. He said, "The Democrats are evil and the Republicans are stupid." And it was pretty damn close. Pretty damn, at that time. I think the Republicans wised up a little.
Wised up.
I like naive more than stupid.
Well, I think stupid was. No, it wasn't. I'm sorry. It was evil.
Evil.
Evil's evil. Not. I'm sorry. He said the Democrats are evil and the Republicans are stupid.
Let's make sure we get our criticism.
Yeah, yeah,
correct
I know.
here.
I know,
Yes.
but that's all right.
I know what an interesting little factoid that came out this morning on the TV. 95% of the AI companies generate no profits.
Yeah, there's just a handful. The Googles, the Microsofts,
Yeah.
the Nvidias.
And
There's about 5.
and people are buying these things
Yeah,
like
oh,
they're
yeah,
going out of
yeah,
style.
yeah.
I mean, that's like betting on a loser
They
at
did
this
th-
point.
Yeah,
in
they
time.
did that in the dot-com area. You
Yeah.
know, somebody'd come up with an idea, they'd bet on it. 6 months later, he'd be out of the business
Yeah.
or he'd be bought out. And yeah, you got to be careful. You got to own the top 5 or 6.
Yeah, it's amazing when you stop and think about it. Now, one other thing too that has amazed me, I haven't really talked about it, but there are companies like this that generate no profits. Gold, however, continues to increase in value, and it just sits in a vault. Exactly the same as if it were a brick
Right.
in the vault. And yet it goes up and people continue to buy it.
It's like Bitcoin, same thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, gold's more of a Bitcoin. Someday that thing's going to crash because I know a lot, but I don't know how the hell, is there a finite amount? They say there is, and how do you get out? Can you get out quick? Or it's something that you got to be careful. If you don't understand it, don't even think about it. But gold, is a store of value, and that's always good. I bought a gold coin from Bruce Johnson about, I don't know, say 7-8 years ago. It was a quarter ounce coin. It was $350. Today it's worth, I think, $1,100.
Yeah.
And it just sits in the safe deposit box.
And it continues to go
Yeah,
up.
but there's a finite amount, and you can touch it.
Yeah.
You can't touch Bitcoin. That's the difference a lot of people don't understand. You can't touch it. Like a dollar bill, you can't pick it up. You can't touch it. It's out there.
So it just amazes me. Somewhere, many, many, many moons ago, someone found a gold nugget and said, "This is wonderful. I'll trade this for 14 buffalo skins." Oh, okay. And that's how it started.
Yeah.
But what can that gold piece do for you? Well,
Wasn't that formulated during the Roman Empire?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, in Egypt they had gold.
Yep.
Everything was
Okay.
gold
Yeah.
in Egypt. That's
Yeah.
where it came
That's where
from.
they came up
mainly.
with the barter. The barter system went to actual monetary compensation versus barter system. The barter system has gone by the wayside, and now money is supposed to compensate for goods received.
Yeah, so Eddie's coin just sat in your sock drawer,
Yeah.
and it went up.
Yeah.
And I would rather put my money into Caterpillar, that's building things and selling things into markets that are expanding.
Yep.
And they're expanding their market share. I can reach out and touch
Has a purpose.
a big Caterpillar bulldozer.
Well, a lot of central banks all over the world are buying gold. They use it because it's a store of value and it protects against the value of their assets. And they're the ones who are driving it up.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to buy any gold.
I should have bought 10 instead of just one. You know, I'd have been a lot.
I'm sure.
It only cost me $3,000.
I'm sure Bruce can help you out. Question. Whatever happened to family reunions? Do you remember many, many moons ago when family reunions were a big thing? The Bentley family is getting together in Topeka, Kansas for a big, huge family reunion. You're all invited. Every Bentley in the country is invited. People used to do that. I worked with a guy that actually bought a brand new Ford pickup truck. And so that he and his wife and the kiddo could go out to the Midwest for a family reunion. Now, what the hell do you do at a family reunion? You say, now, who are you? Who are you married to? Let's have a beer. I don't know. I've never been to a family reunion. Have you guys?
I've been to big family get-togethers, but they weren't necessarily reunions. They were around holidays.
Yeah.
And just
We had
get-togethers.
annuals every single year. I have a huge extended family. We used to have 300 people attend, and they were all uncles, aunts, cousins, you name it. Huge family reunions in North Attleboro.
Really?
Absolutely, and that's the reason I came back here.
I never hung around North
I was
Attleboro.
gone 40
miss that.
years, and
Wow.
came back for a family reunion, and felt so good to be back with my family and friends that I moved back after being gone for 40 years.
Wow. And nobody objected to you coming back?
They welcomed me. I don't understand.
Mercy.
Must have been the shower I took before I went. I don't know.
A great sight this morning, just before I came up here. Air Force One landing in Egypt. Now the president he's not happy with the ceasefire and hopefully a peace plan coming out of this mess.
Well, he's receiving the hostages, isn't he?
He's got them. Got the hostages.
Already have 'em.
Thought they were supposed to be released today, yeah.
I believe he got all.
I think that's what he was doing, was greeting them or something.
Well, actually, he already did that.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Because they're 7 hours
Yeah.
earlier than we are. So
Yeah.
they were doing it when it was around
But
1 or 2 o'clock.
I just saw live him landing in Egypt. Now, guess what he's doing in Egypt? He's lining up a meeting with, I think, 18 countries. And he's going to sit them at a table and say, okay, you guys start kicking money in. We have to rebuild Gaza.
Sure.
Now,
Trump Plaza.
is that known as leadership?
He wants Trump Plaza.
I mean, this guy is unbelievable.
He's showing them, he's actually giving them the opportunity to see the light.
Yeah.
What is it like when things are peaceful, everybody is doing for each other, working together for the same common goal, which is to enjoy the time that you have on this planet instead of fighting.
Yeah.
I think that's his point.
And also, he's demonstrating what happens when America exerts leadership.
Sure.
And the leadership is well thought out. I was sitting there watching that, and I said to myself, man, I am so proud of this guy. Why they hate him is beyond me.
Because he broke up the establishment.
Yeah, that's
Well, because they said he was a rapist, they said he was evil, they said he was a dictator. What haven't they called him? There's so many different names for him.
Oh, yeah.
And all he was a successful businessman.
Yeah.
And my best way to relate this to the people that really hate him, I ask them, when you worked in a business and you had a boss, did you like or did you hate your boss? Were they successful? Were they successful and you hated them because they were successful? This is the same idea. You're hating the person that is being successful, and you're not the person that's being as successful. So it's envy more than it is hate.
Yep, I think you may have blended into the truth.
It's kind of obvious that they envy the guy because he's doing everything that they would like to do, but they just don't have the gumption, the knowledge, the expertise. They don't have
The
that
energy,
Yeah, they just
the
there's so many
intelligence.
things they don't have.
Yeah.
And they're jealous or envious of the fact that he is able to take care of the needs of many.
Yeah.
And that's a boss.
I'm telling you, he's an amazing man.
You're gonna miss him when he's gone too.
I'm sorry.
You're gonna miss him when he's gone.
yeah.
You'll never see another one.
Who's going to
like that.
replace him?
There
Nobody.
isn't anything.
There's nobody to
Can
replace him.
you see a scenario whereby they attempt to allow him to run again in 2028?
Well, there's a big banner on Medway Street says Trump 2028.
I know,
Is
that's
there?
what made
Bill
me think
Davis.
about it.
Is
Yeah.
there really?
Yeah. I was thinking if I could get a hat that said that, but
See, he's
I don't know.
brought-
I might not want to
He's
walk.
brought
out.
humor back. Humor had disappeared for so long.
Especially the late night shows.
We got to lighten life up a bunch. I
Yeah.
mean, it's gotten way too serious. And the humor, he loves to put little nails underneath the fingernail to drive people nuts. He really does.
he
enjoys it.
succeeds too.
He lives on it. He really does. He thrives on that stuff.
The Patriots yesterday. Did we watch the Patriots
Yes.
yesterday?
I was so livid by the lack of professionalism these referees, these officials were exhibiting. They had no clue how to officiate a game.
I thought that I was going to be the only one that was going to bring that up.
That's right.
They were an inept crew.
It was like they had money on the other side or on one particular team.
Yeah.
In order to make sure that they won, they had to officiate in that way.
They were getting calls from upstairs, coming down, saying, "Whoa, wait a minute." Jeepers.
I think they're going to make the playoffs this year. I don't know how far they'll go. They got a weak schedule.
They get a weak schedule.
They only got
Yes.
Tampa Bay and Buffalo left that could beat them. I mean, if they play their game and don't make errors.
No injuries.
That's right. No injuries. and
I mean,
no-
of the key
yeah,
guys.
yeah.
He's got to be smart. He's got to stop putting his body out there. You know, these runs and stuff like that.
Yep.
He needs to be heading for the sidelines. None of this up the middle stuff and getting knocked
And
around.
skidding quickly.
Plus, they
Get
got
the
a good
first
coach.
down. And,
Good coach this time too. The other guy was way above
you know,
his.
I think as
lowers.
time goes by this year, we're going to look at him as what a steal that was getting him. He was a great player, and he caught,
6, I think it was, Super Bowl touchdowns. 5 or
but,
6,
but,
yeah.
but he also caught like a total of about 11 to 12 touchdown passes. He was in to block.
Yeah, he was a defensive
And no
player.
one
Yeah.
caught on to the fact that he'd drift into the end zone for boop.
And he'd catch the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Red Sox.
They need power hitters. They've all these teams in the playoffs. There's 5, 6, 7 guys that got 25 or more homers. Red Sox have one guy with 25, one guy with 22. Yankees, every one of them. I was looking today at Seattle, and they had 5 or 6 guys over 25 homers. I mean, you got to get a power hitter, and they got to get better pitching. Another 1 or 2 more starters, and a couple guys who can knock the ball
You know,
out.
a couple of shows ago, I asked that question. I wrote out the answer for myself. They won't go anyplace in the playoffs because they need 2 more pitchers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they need hitters.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they pitched good, but they couldn't hit. You know, they had how many times during the year they had bases loaded, no outs, and they didn't score. You know,
And you know, the Anthony kid getting hurt.
yeah. Well, they
It's
had a
You know, it was like they had Superman.
yeah.
And he fell on the ground and he couldn't fly anymore. And everybody else just drew.
Did you notice all the younger players? The first baseman was out all year.
Yep.
The other guy they brought up with Anthony was out.
Yep.
All these young players are out. They're supposed to be in the prime of their life. And I don't know, is it the trainers don't prepare them? I think they ought to look at their trainers and get a staff in there that knows how to keep these guys healthy, you know, stretching and more preventive, because these guys are young.
Yeah.
You know, old guys should get injured more and pull muscles, not these young guys, 20, 21. And all of them, 4 or 5 of their major players.
Got
Yeah.
muscle pulls.
Yeah.
Serious muscle
Yeah,
pulls.
and that's not, and you don't need that for a young guy. He should be able to.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to next year, though, because I think they will get a couple more pitchers. They got to.
Well, that young kid early is good. He should be a starter.
Yeah.
And they've got 2 already, and early. And that other guy, if they can get him more than just a real good fastball, that Thibodeau or whatever his name is, you know, the big, strong left.
Gelati is one.
Is he the one? Yeah, it could be him.
Yeah.
The one they brought up near the end. He was big, tall,
Oh, yeah.
bulky guy, and he threw like 100. But that's all he had was a
right, yes.
fastball. You
That's
know,
all he had, yeah.
They got to teach him a couple more pitches. He'll be good. Early, he'll be good.
Yeah.
Then they got the other 2.
Yeah.
They'll be all set.
I think so. I think so. If they can sign or trade for another,
Yeah.
say the number 2 starter.
Yeah.
Because what was it, Bayer or whatever his name is?
Bayo.
Yeah. He kind of faded.
Yeah, near the end. Yeah.
Yeah. He really did.
That
then
kid
they
from
had-
Walpole looks good for the Yankees.
Whoa! I guess he does.
Yeah.
And
I don't know what's his name. I don't even know his name.
Solinsky or something like that.
It was a German name, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
He's 6'6".
Yeah.
Wow. The Bruins. Well, they're 3-0.
Yeah.
I watched all 3 games, and I'm underwhelmed by what I saw.
Yeah, they're better than last year.
Oh yeah.
At least they can clear the puck out of their end.
right.
Every time last year, get the goddamn ball, puck out of the end, you know. Now they can do it. And they got young guys. They got the tallest team in the league.
They do.
And the 4th heaviest team,
Yeah.
bulky. And that's what they needed. All those other guys.
Number 91
Yeah.
for them. It's got boy, I don't know. I don't know whether he's a Czech or what. I haven't got the names down pat yet. I didn't watch them much last year. But my God, he threw a couple of body checks.
Oh, yeah, that's what they needed.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, he must have a license to kill.
They brought
somebody.
Chara in.
Yeah.
He's showing him what to do. Did you see that they retired his number?
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to retire it, have a big ceremony.
They just did a
yeah.
video on Facebook, and I saw it yesterday, of Zdeno. They surprised him.
Yep.
They brought him in. They said, we need to talk to you and bring you out here, and I got to get some opinions about stuff. And the GM pointed up and he said, see that gap between number 4 and I can't remember who else. And he says,
Esposito.
yeah, I
the
can't
other
remember who
guy,
it
yeah.
was.
Milt Schmidt, maybe. One of
Yeah.
those, yeah.
He says, that's going to be number 33 up there. And Zdeno just went, what? He goes, we're retiring your number. No one's ever going to wear the 33 ever again.
You know, one of the things I remember well is when the Bruins signed him and brought him in as a free agent. They were talking about his fighting ability. And somebody said, I don't remember him really fighting anybody. He says, that's the
That's the
story.
point. Yeah.
Nobody will fight him.
Yep. He was too tough.
Yep.
So that's what he's brought to the table for the rest of the guys on the team, is
Yeah.
showing what it's all like to be
Yeah.
tough, you know.
Yeah.
Don't let him push you around.
He was like having your big brother
Yep.
with you every time you went to the candy store.
Yep.
My wife delights in finding things on the internet for me. She found the 50 states with the rudest being number 1, and the gentlest and kindest being number 50. Now, we'll go insane if we try to guess them all. But who do you suppose is the rudest state? And who is the kindest?
I would say one of the northeastern states would be the rudest. Either, I don't know, Massachusetts is all right, but I would say New York probably, or California. I don't think's rude. They're just so friggin' liberal that they don't, you know, they don't care. They're not rude.
Yeah.
And I would say, I don't know. And for the nicest states, I would say either the West, you know, like Wyoming, or the South. You know, those two would be the best. And I'd say probably New York, or I'd say New York maybe.
Yeah. He set it up for you.
I'm going Illinois.
Illinois. For the worst or the best?
The rudest.
Rudest.
Yeah.
And the nicest?
Nicest, I've had a chance to live around the country. And I'm going to say Georgia.
Well, I tell you, you both kind of tickled around the answers. The rudest state, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
That was where I was thinking first.
Second, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Third, Virginia. And New York is 4th, California 5th. The gentlest, kindest, friendliest states. Mississippi, number 1. Arkansas, number 2. North Carolina, number 3. You see a trend?
Yeah, it's all south.
Yeah, deep south.
The rebels.
And then, believe it or not, guess who comes in 4th? Vermont. I don't know. And then Kentucky. And then North Carolina. But yeah. So basically the Northeast, the rudest, and the deep south are the friendliest.
See, Rhode Island being the rudest is interesting. I don't find that to be the case. I came back, like I was just talking about, after being gone for 40 years. One of my buddies that I graduated from high school with has a watering hole out there on Route 44 in Chepachet
Okay.
called Katie's Tavern. I walked into that. It's a biker bar. It's a Sunday afternoon. Parking lot's full of motorcycles, all these Harleys. You think, you're going to deal with some issues here. A little intimidation factor. Walk in, sit down. Not 2 seconds, I'm talking to a guy sitting next to me. He goes, "Can I buy you a beer?" I have no idea who the guy is. He's a motorcyclist.
Yeah.
He's a biker guy. And he asked me if I'd like to have a drink with him. Is that rude?
Do you know? Well, you remember Charlie Ray.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, Charlie was close to being my best friend. He was a great guy, but he had some little hang-ups. And one of them he got into one night with me. Somebody bought us around. I was sitting there with Charlie, we were shooting the breeze, probably about the Red Sox or something, who knows. And somebody across the bar said, "Give those two bozos a drink." So I went, "Thanks, bud, thanks." And Charlie went, "Why would that guy that doesn't know us send us over 2 beers?" He said, "It'll be a cold day in hell if I send 2 back, let me tell you." I mean, he just says, what compels somebody in a bar that doesn't know you from Adam to send you over a beer? Is it good looks? It wasn't in my case. I was quiet. I wasn't starting in trouble. I don't know.
Maybe that person was a regular and they saw a couple of newcomers and said, maybe if I boost their business, you know.
Yeah, you know,
friendliness works.
The other one is, someplace, or over to the Shamrock or over one of the local bars.
Now called La Familia.
Somebody will come in and say, "Hey, set them up all around. Give everybody a round."
Yep.
Well, of the 14 guys there, he probably knows 2. And 12 are complete strangers. Have you ever gone into a place and said, "Set them up, Jake"? I never have.
No.
My drinking days are long gone, so
I only did it one
it'll
time.
never happen.
It was only because I won the bar contest for the Halloween costume. So I bought the whole bar around. I didn't know anybody. I knew maybe half a dozen of the people in there.
Huh.
But that $500, I said, well, I'll just share the wealth. So I did buy the whole bar around. It was fun out in Colorado.
Jolly Ray and I would never do that. Of course, Jolly Ray would never put on a costume either.
Well, we won't talk about the costume, okay? Yeah, we won't go there.
Okay. Now, this is going to be a hard story to tell, but I gotta tell you. My wife said, "You've got to watch this," and she handed me her, whatever they call those things.
Tablet.
Yep, tablet.
You know the terms.
Yeah.
So,
Not bad.
I like
Here-
tablet. I don't like those.
yeah,
This is bigger.
and she says to me, "Why won't you use a tablet? Why do you have to go upstairs to that damn computer of yours? You need a magnifying glass to see the screen and blah, 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 blah." Well, anyway, she hands it to me. Now, bear with me as I attempt to describe the scene. There's a pickup truck. In the back of the pickup truck is a dead deer. It's a buck. You can see the horns. And there's a guy on the outside of the bed, okay, and he's got a hold of the horns.
I saw it this morning.
Did you see it?
I know the one you're talking about. Go ahead.
And there's a panther or a
Mountain lion.
mountain lion attacking the head of the deer, trying to pull it off the bed of the truck.
And the deer's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you've got the guy, the dead deer, and the mountain lion. Now, next, by the way, the mountain lion, the most beautiful thing you ever saw, I ever saw. The mountain lion was a female, and she had 4 little kittens with her at her feet. Well, the coyote arrives on the scene, and the coyote tries to get at the deer. Well, now you got the coyote trying to fight the mountain lion off. And the hunter, the dead deer, and you've got 4 little kittens running around. She's trying to protect the kittens. The coyote is trying to get at the kittens. And then the coyote turns on maybe a 4 or 5-year-old boy. And the coyote tries to wrestle with the boy or growls at him or pushes him or something. It all happens so fast. Now, the family cat chases the coyote out of the yard. Now, it's a big cat, but nowhere near the size of the coyote. And all of this happens in 8 seconds, 10 seconds.
I'm going to help you out here. It's AI. None of it really happened.
Really?
That's all AI generated. Yep. It's
Bill?
all artificial intelligence generated. I guarantee you, none of that really happened. Maybe the mountain lion jumped up and grabbed the head of the buck, and the hunter jumped away, but the rest of that, they added, this has been a progressing story, has added more and more stuff to it to make it more
Right.
incredible.
Yeah, it didn't seem that you could have all those animals
All at the
together
same time.
and they're not fighting each other.
yeah.
You know.
I love animals.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And a trapper and the fisherman and all that. So I love doing that.
Yeah,
crap. So I was fascinated
that's
by
it.
this thing.
Living in the mountains for 40 years and experiencing what mountain lions really do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No.
And by the way, that was a beautiful mountain lion.
Yeah.
Oh.
When I had my coffee business, one of the guys was a big game hunter, and he was hired to take people out to hunt mountain lion and that kind of stuff. And he brought one of his kills through my drive-through coffee place one day, and it was in the back of the bed of the pickup. Took up the whole bed of the pickup truck. The paw was probably twice of the size of my fist.
You know,
It was incredible.
if someone goes deer hunting, comes home, has the deer butchered, and eats the meat, I think that's wonderful.
That's survival.
But if someone, and well, the guy will never see this show, so. But I had a friend of mine who was a gun nut. He went to Africa on 30 or 40 days, safari. When I went down to see, he was a customer of mine. When I went down to see him to hear about the safari and hint around that it was time for a new order, the first words out of his mouth is, "You ain't gonna believe this, Bill. I shot 109 different animals."
It's kind of like the fishing story.
109. But this guy was a full blaster.
Yeah.
And he had a guide, or a couple of guides that were taking him around.
Yeah.
And it was stuff like he killed a rodent or something like that and all that. I mean,
And the point of that was it for him to eat? No.
no. It
all
was
just
for
for
him
sport.
to go home with the pictures
And brag about it.
Brag about it. Yeah. I'll tell you, this same guy, I became good friends with him. He was an interesting guy. And one person wronged him. And I happened to be there the next day or something. And he says, "Mr. Bill, we're going to lunch today. We're going to have a few beers. We're going to do some talking." I said, "Oh, this could be good or it could be bad." So we went. And he wanted to tell, and he told me a long, drawn-out story. And I'm not going to tell it because God only knows if somebody ever saw this. But he told me about this guy that wronged his family. And he said, "That man doesn't know it, but he's only got a few days left, Mr. Bill." He said, "I have two boys working for me from up your neck of the woods. You're working for his construction company." He says, "They're from Rhode Island." So they were gangsters up there. He says, "I've already told them the story of what this guy did to my family. And they said to me, Mr. whatever his name was, don't worry about it.
Yep.
We'll go dig a hole tonight with the backhoe, and we'll put that man in the hole. You just tell us when it's a good time to do it." And he said, "Anytime." So, I'll be darned if I never got to go see him again after that because he sold the company that I was selling the equipment to that he owned.
Yeah.
So, and I don't ever know, but I wanted to know what the punchline was to the story. I'll guarantee you that man was in the hole.
Sure. Yeah.
He was a beauty. Yeah. All right, now don't tell me the answer to this, but the question is, what is the worst memory you have in your life? What is your favorite memory in life?
But you don't want the answers.
Well, the favorite memory, sure. The worst memory, I think it
Don't
might-
want to relive it.
No,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing and it wouldn't make good viewing. But can you remember the best memory of your life?
Getting married.
Yeah, it is getting married and then the birth of my first son.
Yeah. Right.
And then the second son and the third son, but so I don't leave them out. But they were all adventures. But yeah, that was best, Mary and Susie. The worst, I can't remember.
You don't want to.
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't really recall what it was.
Sure.
Well, anyway, I thought that was a stupid question, but I saw it on TV, so
You know, I think on the positive note, you want to think about the good ones.
yeah.
You want to reflect back, and how far can you reflect back, and how many of those events do you remember them in full detail? How many things do you think were made up? How many things really didn't happen? So it's a big question mark.
Yeah.
But it's a good thing to remember those things for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of it. See, my folks were divorced when I was a kid, and my grandfather lived 2 houses up from us. So he really became my father figure,
Sure.
and he's the guy that took me fishing, took me trapping, took me in the woods. Just one memory, just one stupid little memory. Everybody that's watching will say, that's the stupidest thing in the world. But
Not to you.
one day, he says, let's take a walk down the woods. That's okay, Gramp. So we had our own little route, and we looked at things, So he said, let's go sit under those trees. He said, I'm going to talk to the squirrels. I'm saying to myself, I've watched him do some pretty crazy stuff, but we'll now talk to squirrels. So we sat down. Now he says, no talking, quiet. And he started doing this. Pretty soon, up in a tree, was the answer coming. I said, I'll never be able to top that.
Squirrel thought he was a nut.
Yeah.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah. Oh, that's really something.
Too funny.
All right, then I will try this. I like my favorite music. Well, I like 2. I like country and western, but I like the old country and western. And I also like the big band era. My favorite of all? No, I won't. I'll just, yeah, I will. Well, I'll give you, there's only 5 of them that come to mind as my favorites. Stars Fell on Alabama with Woody Herman. I Don't Know Enough About You, Art Lund and Benny Goodman.
Real old.
In,
How old he is.
yeah,
He's starting to give it away, right?
In the Mood, Glenn Miller.
Know that one.
That's got to be the greatest song of all times.
I know that one.
Moonlight Serenade, another Glenn Miller song. I think this is my co-favorites. Wabash Cannonball with Ernest Tubb. And my favorite, Night Train with Buddy Morrow. That was the era of great music. Now you hear music is guys yelling and swearing at each other and calling each other names and
Different kind of art.
With the guy at the Super Bowl, Bad Bunny, that's going to be going at the Super Bowl. He hates America. He sings about it all the time, and they put him in the Super Bowl at halftime.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell's that all about? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the guy hates the country,
Yeah.
and he said he wouldn't come back anymore. But of course, they pay him enough; he'll come back and knock the country.
you know,
That's
instead
not
of
music.
putting popular people on,
Yeah, yeah.
and there's no, more down south, real men, beer drinking, than the Super Bowl people.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, right.
So what do? They send out some knucklehead.
They're showing how much sports has become political.
Yeah. You're right.
All of them.
Yeah.
Basketball, baseball, football.
think-
Hockey has tried to stay away from it as much as
Yeah,
they can.
hockey, I think, and baseball aren't bad, but I think the first is basketball and then the NFL. Those are the two that
Yeah, the political
continue
is
to
just
do.
taking over.
Yeah.
Do you know
all about
that
money.
yesterday, Susie and I watched the game. She didn't watch 1 minute of it, but she was there with their
She was your support system.
yeah.
Yelling at the TV.
yeah,
Yeah, okay.
and I was yelling at the TV.
I know, I was too.
How many ads did they have on that game? About 1 million? Honest to God.
You know, another thing, I watch Fox a lot, okay? And they've got the most ads of anybody, and they're 5-minute ads. You know, you get a program, 5 minutes, another program. So it's like 1/3 of the program's ads. I mean, it's horrible. You know, I thought the FCC used to regulate that. You could only have so many minutes. I don't think they do that anymore. But some of these programs, other stations also, constant ads, because they're paying these guys $5 and $6 million, even the nighttime guys. So, you know, they got to get the money
Do you
somehow.
watch TV Land?
No.
No. Channel 1426?
And that's like what, the old stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, once in a while. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I enjoy Everybody Loves Raymond.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's
yeah.
a good one. But the ads on that one are 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. At
Yeah,
the beginning
oh,
and the end, yeah.
Do you remember in the 70s, the whole point of cable when it came out? Mm-hmm. No ads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
You paid for the subscription to cable, and you received no advertisements.
Yep.
And I guess the companies or the cable companies decided they weren't making enough money
Yep.
off the people.
So they
They
wedged
needed
in a
to
few,
get the ads in there.
like the camel putting nose under the tent.
Yeah.
Well, they pay them
We're
so
going to
much.
sneak it on in there.
Yeah.
They pay them so much, you
That's
know,
it.
what is it, the Kimmel getting like 20 million a year?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to sell a lot of ads to do that. And then the staff, the support staff.
Again, we're back to sports again.
Yeah.
Look
By
at how
the-
much an athlete makes.
Yeah, that's right.
What state is rated number 50 as far as affordability is concerned?
The worst
Yeah.
is 50 the worst
Yeah.
The
for
worst state,
affordability.
What state?
I'd say either Massachusetts, New York, or California. One of those three. I'd say Massachusetts could be, but New York.
California.
Yeah, California.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Been there, drove through it. Yep.
Yeah. So yeah,
Never lived
I've
there.
been out there I think maybe 3 times. I couldn't do any business out there. I didn't understand how they had businesses operated out there. I mean,
How do they survive?
yeah.
I have no idea how they
By
survive.
the way, the guys I were with were. This was back when I was with the Foxborough Company, and I was out as the Valve marketing guy and making sales calls with them and talking up my product. And all they wanted to do was drink. And they found her willing to help her with me. So I kept seeing, we're in one neighborhood, I kept seeing these women, beautiful women. And so they were watching me, and they admit that they did it on purpose. And I finally said, my God, there must be millions of beautiful women in this neck of the woods here. So they laughed. They said, well, we took you down to an area where the Mexicans and the Chinese have intermarried. And they have Chinese features and a darker tone to their skin. And they're taller. And they're the most beautiful women in the world. We were wondering if you were how long it would be before you noticed. It was incredible.
Yeah, wow.
I have a question. Karen Read, guilty or not guilty?
I'd say not guilty. I don't think there's enough, maybe it was an accident, but I don't think she did it, purposely, let's put it that way.
I don't know anything about it.
Wow.
I can make perceptions based on what I hear.
Yeah.
That the state police have tried to formulate a frame-up, but I don't know.
Yeah.
These are just
That, to me,
speculations on my part.
you're right. There's no way in hell they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that she did it. But what amazed me is what the police did. They were horrible. Every state cop in America should lose their badges over what these bums did. Wow. Now she's suing to see if she can get back legal fees. I hope she does. I hope she wins. Because so much of that evidence was fabricated.
I don't know.
So I get some more on these either ors that we can do for 5 minutes. Be a millionaire or have inner peace?
I'd say be a millionaire because I already have inner peace.
That's what I would say too. And if I don't, I'll be able to find it with the $1 million.
A million's not going to do any good. Got to be $1 billion now because of the cost of living.
Yeah, right. Travel the world or have your dream job?
Dream job.
Travel the world.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I
not
would,
working anymore. This is my dream job.
Yeah, I think I would rather have my dream job too.
Go
Yeah,
around to
there's
Europe
places
a lot,
of yours. The places I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I had a dream job. I loved it. Yeah.
Yeah. Be feared by all or loved by all?
Be feared by all.
Yeah, you don't get beat up that way.
I'd rather kick ass instead of kiss ass.
Yeah. There you go.
Yep.
Be somewhere else or stay where you are forever?
Stay where I am forever.
You found nirvana.
Pretty much, yeah.
I had my Shangri-La.
Yeah, you've been traveling about.
I had my Shangri-La. Staying put, I'm more comfortable here. I can trust the people around me. That's the issue with being away
Who are these people?
from home, being away from home.
It's your trust?
Trust is the issue. Trust is always the issue.
Wow. All right then. Study in a group or study by yourself?
Study by myself.
Myself.
Yeah. I can't see how you could possibly study in a group. Learn Spanish or French?
Spanish.
Already did both.
Oh. I'd go
¿Cómo
to
se llama?
Yeah, I'd go to Spanish for the simple reason you're going to need
Everybody's
it.
Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had French in junior high, and then you were given the option for other languages, and I went over to Spanish for my final
And you don't
year.
remember 4 words out of either one.
I got
Latin.
many words.
You didn't do Latin like I did.
Comprende.
Have air conditioning or have the internet?
Air conditioning.
AC.
Oh, I'd have the internet. Can't watch football on a
That's what
air
Encyclopedia
conditioning
Britannica
unit.
is all about, you know.
They don't make that
I got
anymore.
digital. I don't even use cable to watch the football game.
Eat tacos or cake
Tacos.
for the rest of your life.
Tacos.
Cake, yeah. Be able to fly for a day or be invisible for a day.
Be invisible for a day.
Fly for a day or invisible? Where did this come from?
Invisible for a day.
Invisible.
Live by a lake or live by the ocean.
Ocean.
Oof. Water. You want the sound of the rushing water, or do you want the sound of peace? I want the peace and quiet, the lake.
Yeah, I want a lake too, yeah. I'm
Time's up. Just about.
definitely afraid of drowning. And yet I have canoes.
Yeah.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Play an instrument well or sing well.
Play an instrument.
Instrument. Yep.
Yep. All right, well, we took care of that.
Yep.
Oh, beautiful.
Done.
Let's start off with the next one.
All right.
Folks, we're going to give you a little break.
We need water.
You can go to the restroom and rest, or you can make a snack, or you can write down all the great things, words of advice that we've given you, or maybe just snooze. But we'll be right back.